I'm fucking deep in Tennessee with my brothers from the 3. We quick to click and break the peace. No respect for what they think.
Before we start this video, I want to reach 15 likes, bro. If we can reach 15 likes, that will be amazing. I appreciate all the support and all the recent subscribers that have, came in and watched my videos genuinely and are a really big supporter. So thank you guys very much for that. And let's get to the video, baby. So the first thing you want to recognize before you do an application is the timing of your submission or the timing of when the applications get announced. That's a big factor when it comes to that. You want to find the balance. You want to find when is the right moment to submit it, and you want to find when is the right moment to start it, okay? Another thing is the time that you take during the process of filling out the application. When it comes to timing, it's not just something you think about for one day and then the next day you forget about it, right? The timing on the application is throughout the entire time, right? So as soon as you find that balance and you feel like it's the right moment for something, then maybe it is the right moment. If not, hold off on it. There's no rush unless you're by the deadline, then that's different. Next, we're going to be talking about filling the application in itself. Please pay attention to this because this is way too important. This will decide whether you are going to look appealing enough to the reader or just get skipped on ahead without reading the first couple of sentences. So please pay attention to these next few tips. So on the screen right now, we're going to be seeing some topics that we're going to be going over in this subject. We got writing, grammar, strategy, and closing. We're going to elaborate what's in these things and what can help you further look better than the other applicants. Right, first we got writing. If you don't know how to start off writing, then you have to pay attention more in English class because that's an essential piece to writing, alright? By starting off, you need to write something that'll catch the reader, alright? Depending on what the question is, okay? Make sure it's relevant on the topic and make sure you start off strong. Because if you start off strong, you already gain the reader's attention and they want to read more. Going back on timing, see, if you waste a lot of time, then you're not going to be able to even get a good start because you're going to be thinking all day. So that's why timing also takes an effect in this. So get a good start, make sure you have enough time to actually think of a good start, and then after that we get rolling on grammar and everything else that comes to play in the next few topics. Next, I'm going to go over to grammar. There's a awesome website called Grammarly, and it helps you with pretty much anything you need when it comes to grammar, alright? It'll help you punctuate things, it'll help you capitalize things if you're not really on the smart side of the spectrum. It'll also help you with a bunch of other stuff, and if you get premium on it, then it'll help you even more. But just the base Grammarly already in itself helps you a ton. So I definitely recommend going to that website. I put the link in the description. If you really need help, go over there. It's a really great website. I use that every now and then. Don't get used to using it so much so that you can actually learn how to write without it properly. But if you want to take your starting steps on learning how to write better, definitely use that. That'll definitely make your chances a lot better in the application, seeing that grammar is an essential piece to closed community applications. So that's all I'm going to say for grammar, really, because Grammarly takes care of pretty much everything for you. And that's that. Let's move on to the next topic. Alright, the next important thing I'm going to talk about is strategy. I find strategizing a really important piece in life for everybody, alright? You got to strategize your course of plan, have backup plans, and see if you can execute it accordingly, alright? It doesn't always happen to plan, but you got to make sure that you think about what you're going to do, you plan what you're going to do before you do it, so that you can get a good look at things, alright? So what you want to do with strategy is when you write, you got to make sure you find things about yourself that attract the reader more than others when it comes to you. Let me elaborate. For example, I'm a high school graduate and I have time on my hands. So what I did in the application is I put, do you want a little kid that could possibly get grounded 24/7 because of some school grades? Or do you want somebody with time on their hands that could actively pitch in the community every time he's on available? So that right there, I think that is a really good strategy to use. Use things that are more attractive to you than the other people that they have in their attributes. That's something that you definitely got to make sure you get. Last but not least, your closing statement. Your closing is also just important as your opening, because it'll decide, of course, well, like I said already, it'll decide whether you pass or not. All right, make sure you get a nice closing ending, you know, nothing too complicated but also nothing too simple. All right, make a nice, cool and awesome looking closing statement. Make sure you know you're the real deal. Make sure that they know you mean business when you write the application, and make sure that you leave an imprint on the reader's mind, saying like, damn, this guy really is about this life, he really wants to join the CC, might as well give him in, right? Make sure you get a really nice closing statement, because it equals as much as it does from all these other topics that equal each other, all right, during this application. So that's something you gotta be looking out for. The closing statement is pretty much everything as well. It's like a movie, the ending will always either surprise somebody, leave somebody satisfied, or it could turn really bad and just get passed and denied. So okay, so earlier I didn't mention this at all, but I'm gonna mention here at the end of the video. This is gonna be the last thing. All right, how to get your application read. If you're in a VC with somebody that's in charge of the acceptances for CC, and everybody's asking him to read the application, and he's actually reading applications in the VC, like not out loud obviously, but he's just reading them, right? Take that opportunity. Don't get too crazy with it. Just ask him, hey, can you read blah blah blah's name? For example, can you read LX1 Kev's application? I'd appreciate it, and all that stuff, because he's not going to recognize you by your own voice. All right, high ranks are not going to recognize you by your voice no matter what you do, unless you know them as a friend before you join the community. But make sure they know your name so that they can actually read your application, and that right there will boost you 100%. That'll boost you from others, because let's admit it, no one person is going to read 1,000 2,000 applications, let alone 100 applications. So if you're able to get that extra step in, then you can definitely get your application read, and it'll definitely improve your chances of getting into a closed community. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.